We thought it was a great program. We thought we did fairly well in every aspect of it, being entertaining, being colourful, being interesting, and etc., etc. And that it was a fair and unbiased program went out. And Mick's wife rang him up and said, "Oh no, it just reinforced stereotypes." And had a few other comments to make on the program. But like, the thought that a program that you would do would reinforce stereotypes would be a disaster.
Disaster, yeah.
Disaster. And then she wasn't joking him. She felt that that's what it had done. Sometimes you miss the word for the trees. I mean, you make mistakes.
There were stereotyped black Africans. They were larger than life. They were amazing, weren't they?
Oh, they were fabulous people.
See, we got to know them in a way.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
And sometimes we get to know them. We get to get the ear glued in with the language. So we understand what they're saying, their accents and that. And then when you put a program on, people just get half an hour, 28 minutes, and they didn't understand them. So they thought, well, are we sending them up, putting people on air that people can't quite understand? So it is every program.
Is it responsibility?
Every program you would have to question yourself the whole time at the end of it to see what you're doing. I mean, from my point of view as a cameraman, there's loads and loads of things you can tweak, you can change things. If you're filming something, you can leave things out, you can put things in.
Verona could make you look in a particular way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That if he says, well, no, I don't want the viewer to like this person, he can actually do it, even if you're the nicest person in the world.
Like for instance, the way Mary is there framing people up. If you look down on somebody from a camera, the power is with the viewer. You're literally being looked down upon, and we know what that means. If you look up at somebody,
just slightly up, yeah, and it makes that person look eminently more believable. Oh yeah, yeah.
Hitler done stuff.
So ever so slightly, you can actually play with the visuals, and people at home know the language of television so well that you don't have to say anything, and they know exactly what you're telling them.
I came in.
Or they mightn't unconsciously. You might trick them.
One of the great things that appealed to me about coming into RTE was that it wasn't a commercial firm. I had worked in advertising before I went into RTE, and advertising is it's shallow, you know, and there's very little morality in it. I know they have guidelines and people try to control them, but working in RTE, where the programs we were making were serious programs like this program, agricultural programs, all kinds of entertainment, cultural, history, historic stuff, it was very appealing to me. And the fact that nobody would have an agenda, well, they shouldn't have an agenda other than straight down the middle. And I mean, over the years, I've done hundreds and hundreds of programs, and some of them would have gone off the rails here and there, but I hope the majority of them were on the rails. But it's a challenge. In fact, it's one of the nice challenges about all these things. You can't just pick colourful bits of a story and stick it together just that it will attract attention. It has to have a...
The other great thing about television, and you can see it here across, is that it's a team that puts it together. So, and this, as you can see around the table, none of the four of us here are short of opinions. So it does get debate. Like, if, for instance, if Mick goes off on a solo run, Ronan is likely to sort of say, "That doesn't make sense, Mick. Why are you saying that? Why are you going like that? That's not what Mary said. That's not what Mary wanted." And similarly, when we get back to base, there's another editor who sees the material for the first time, and Mercedes is likely to turn and say, "That doesn't make sense. You can't put that with that. You know, you're not telling them." Or why the bit that you're leaving out of Mary was very important. Why are you leaving that bit out? And that brings a balance to it. It's a sort of a self-regulating, which is good, and people in a team feel very free to sort of say, "You can't say that. That's crazy." Whereas sometimes with print media, you write the story, you email it in. The editor who gets it sometimes doesn't know any better. Okay, you can do that once, you can do that twice, even in the print media. Your reputation, again, get back to reputation, you can only survive. People start to see, your colours show, whatever. So you always have to check. There's always sort of a self-regulating thing to say, who am I listening to here? Is it my prejudices, or is it the story?
But one of the greatest failings that we would feel if a story wasn't down the middle, we would feel that it was a dreadful, we would feel awful about it. It would be, you know, one of the first critical things, forgetting about all the technical things and that about it being right, but if actually it was incorrect and it gave a plant on something that wasn't right, we would feel
Yeah.
we were very disappointed in ourselves. You know.
I can't thank you enough.
Happy about running.